Okay, let's take it away from the sovereign to the sub-sovereign, where the African Sub-Sovereign Governments Network, which was created 3 years ago by the African Export-Import Bank, is moving ahead with its mandate to ensure that development finance is mainstreamed at the lower level of governance across the continent. The network, headed by Nigeria's former Ekiti State Governor, Kayode Fayemi, provided insights into how much the group is set to achieve. I asked Kayode Fayemi and 3 other Nigerian state governors for more on this at the Intra-Africa Trade Fair 2023 summit held last week in Egypt. What do you think the key takeaways will be from this 3rd edition of the program?
Well, first and foremost, I'm glad that Afrexim has not lost steam. They're still working with us. The Forum of Regions of Africa represents sub-sovereigns, whether they're provinces or they're states or they're counties, governors, premiers, prefects, whatever they may be called in those places. And we came together 3 years ago just to ensure that sub-sovereigns have a voice and a seat at the table. And it's not in competition with our sovereigns. We have no problem with sovereigns taking the regulatory and policy decisions. But more often than not, in every state, in every country, it's at the level of the state that implementation happens. And that's precisely why we feel we need to build some kind of collaboration and that would enable us to engage. Because if you're talking of addressing capacity, addressing employment, addressing infrastructure, addressing education, these are the enablers of growth in trade and investment. You most often have to address them at that local level. And anything to support activities at that level is what we're pushing for, so that we can increase intra-regional trade. Because more often than not, it's easier for somebody with a company in Badagry to work best with somebody with a market in Cotonou than in Sokoto. That's the logic of this. Yes, let's improve the building of regional corridors inside our own territory. Dawn is doing that in the southwest. The northwest states are trying to do that. The braced states are trying to do that in the south-south. That's fine. But if the rubber meets the road, and we must achieve the vision of our founding fathers, that Pan-African vision of coming together to build a market that is larger than any other market.
You talk about intra-Africa trade. What's the game-changing thing you're looking at from a conference such as this for Edo State?
As you know, production really occurs at the subnational levels. The national governments set policies. The people who do businesses and who provide services are actually at the subnational level, at the state or local government. And so for me, as a subnational, it's important to help open markets for my citizens and my investors or Edo companies and projects that want to sell their goods and services outside the state. We also want to let the world and the continent know what we're doing, the unique advantages and the unique services and products that are available in Edo, so that they can come in and we can just do business and grow our economies and bring prosperity.
In terms of your investment horizon, about how much do you think Edo State is looking for right now?
In the last 7 years, we've attracted about $4 billion. And when I project the next 7 years, I think we'll be looking in excess of $15 billion worth of investment. And these are, in areas relating to agriculture, technology. We are working on the Benin River Port. That's almost in excess of $500 million. We are doing the phase 2 of our oil palm program. Phase 1 was very successful. We had about $500 million in that. We're also looking at culture. As you know, we're working to position Edo as a culture hub. So we're putting investments into centers, facilities to support artists, both in music, film, the creative arts, design, and in just display of cultural objects.
I'm interested in investment deals, so I want to know your economic vision for your state. About how much would you be looking at as a threshold that can help push your state forward in terms of investment for economic development?
Well, when you say how much, whatever we can get, we are ready to take it back home. But what I'm saying to people here is that expansion of our economy is part of our roadmap for sustainable development in Oyo State. We have done quite a bit in terms of infrastructure, linking our various zones in the state. And also we've done quite a bit in agribusiness. But now we are adding tourism and solid minerals development. Oyo State is a major lithium belt. We also have gold, we have gemstones, and we're also known for a big reserve of marble. So I'm seeking for investors, to look at those areas. And I believe the major foundation, to get the attention of the people, which is a safe and secure environment, we've been able to do in Oyo State.
Specifically for 2024, we're almost done with 2023. What's the key focus for your government in Oyo State?
Yeah, the key focus for us is now we've connected various zones. Now we are going to internal connectivity within the zone, so that not only can people move, across zones, but even within zones they can move. So that will be a major focus for us in 2024.
Before now, if you wanted to export food items from Nigeria to outside Nigeria, particularly Europe or America, many times, say for example yam, you'd have to take that yam to Ghana and have that yam tested and certified in Ghana, and it will be exported from Ghana as if it were a produce from Ghana, sadly. And you can imagine how much Nigeria was hemorrhaging from that, because the Ghanaian will buy that yam at ridiculous price, but now export it, once certified, to other parts of the world. So in reaction to that, the Afrexim Bank appropriately responded by setting up this ACAC Center, the first African Quality Assurance Center. It's been run with Bureau Veritas.